My parents would be mortified if I married someone like you, she said, dumping me for a rich lawyer. Now he's a fraud. Her parents begged me to take her back. And I'm taking someone better to her brother's wedding. Hey, viewers. Before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. My parents would be mortified if I married someone like you. The words hung in the air like a slap. I stared at Sarah across our tiny kitchen table, the half-eaten takeout between us suddenly nauseating. Her lips were pressed into that familiar tight line, the one she used when she'd already made up her mind but wanted to pretend this was a discussion. I should have seen it coming. Maybe I had. The way she'd started sighing when I talked about work. How she'd forgotten to invite me to her cousin's wedding last month. But after 3 years, you don't expect the knife to twist this deep. Explain, I said, my voice eerily calm. Not pleading. Just detached. She exhaled, like I was inconveniencing her. Come on, Jake. Be realistic. You're a good guy, but my family expects more. My dad's friends' sons are all lawyers, bankers. What do I say when they ask what you do? He manages a hardware store. A year ago, that same hardware store had paid for her emergency root canal when her insurance lapsed. I'd driven her to every appointment. And this. I flicked the screen of her phone where it lay face up. A text thread with some guy named Mark, her law school classmate. No doubt. Heart emojis. A photo of them at some rooftop bar last weekend. The weekend she'd claimed to be studying for finals. She didn't even blush. Mark's family is connected. His uncle's a federal judge. My parents already love him. The kicker? She smiled. Like she was doing me a favor. You'll find someone who doesn't need to impress people. That's her thing, right? Being the nice, simple guy. I stood up slowly. The chair didn't screech. I didn't slam anything. Funny how clarity feels, like ice water in your veins. You're right, I said. I am simple. Simple enough to know when I'm not wanted. Her phone buzzed. Mark. She glanced at it, then back at me, expecting. What? Tears? Begging? I walked to the bedroom, yanked my duffel bag from the closet. Wait, you're leaving now? She trailed after me, incredulous. It's 11 p.m. And I tossed in socks, jeans, my toothbrush. You made it clear I don't belong here. God, you're so dramatic. She threw up her hands. I didn't say leave tonight. We can talk, no. I zipped the bag. You didn't ask if I could change. You didn't give me a chance. You just decided I was an embarrassment. I looked her dead in the eyes. So congratulations. You're unembarrassed now. The front door clicked shut behind me. I didn't cry in the car. That surprised me. 3 years together, and all I felt as I drove away was numb. The kind of numb that comes right before the pain hits, but for now, it was peaceful, almost freeing. I crashed on my buddy Ryan's couch that night. He took one look at my duffel bag and handed me a beer without a word. She finally did it. Huh, he muttered. I nodded. Said her parents would be mortified if she married me. Ryan snorted. Funny. Didn't seem mortified when you fixed their leaky roof last winter. I didn't answer. Just sipped the beer and stared at the ceiling. The next morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls and a string of texts. Sarah, Jake, we need to talk. Sarah, you can't just leave like that. Sarah, are you seriously ignoring me? I deleted the thread. Then I blocked her number. Social media? Gone. Unfollowed. Unfriended. Blocked. I didn't post some dramatic breakup quote. I didn't even change my status. I just vanished from her world like I'd never existed. Ryan whistled. Damn. Cold. Nah, I said. Cold would have been telling her parents why I left. A week later, I packed up the rest of my stuff from our apartment while she was at work. I left her key on the counter. Then I did something even better. I boxed up every gift she'd ever given me, the ugly sweater from her mom, the cheap watch she swore was just as good as a Rolex, the framed photo of us from that trip to the lake. I left it on her doorstep. No note. Because what do you even say? Thanks for the memories. Here's your junk back? Nah. Silence was louder. 3 days later, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Sarah, Jake, we need to talk. This isn't mature. I laughed. Mature? She cheated, dumped me like trash, and now I was the immature one? I didn't reply. Just blocked the new number too. Ryan grinned. She's panicking. Good. A month passed. I heard through mutual friends that Sarah was freaking out. Mark wasn't the prince she thought. Turns out, connected, just meant his uncle got him out of a DUI once. Her parents asked about me. Apparently, her dad mentioned missing our weekly chess games. She told people I was acting weird. Because, not begging for her back was clearly a sign of instability. But the best part? She never expected me to actually walk away. And now that I had, she had no idea what to do. 3 months after I walked out, I got a call from Liam, Sarah's younger brother. "Dude," he said, voice low like he was hiding in a closet. "You need to hear this." Then he put me on speakerphone. Sarah's voice, shrill and wine-slurred, and he showed up to dinner in sneakers, Mom. Like $200 Balenciagas, but still. Dad looked like he was going to have a stroke. A deeper voice, Mark, sounding bored. "Your dad needs to get over his boomer hang-ups. No one wears suits to dinner unless they're compensating." Dead silence. Then Sarah's mom. "I see. Jake always dressed nicely for us." I hung up before I laughed. According to Liam, who, turns out, always hated Mark, the cracks kept spreading. The job lie Mark had bragged about being basically a partner at his law firm. Reality? He was a paralegal who kept forgetting to take the bar exam. The family snubbed Sarah's parents invited Mark to their anniversary party. He no-showed, texting Sarah, "Your relatives are elitist. I'm not a performing monkey." The final straw, Sarah's dad had a minor heart scare. I would have driven over immediately. "Mark, babe, hospitals give me anxiety. Text me if it's serious." Then, at 2:17 a.m. on a Tuesday, my phone lit up. Unknown number, again Jake. "I miss how you used to talk to my dad. Mark won't even." I deleted it mid-sentence. "Ryan, half asleep on my new couch." Her. "Yep. You replying?" I plugged my phone in across the room. "Nope." 2 weeks later, mutual friends sent me screenshots. Sarah had posted a vague booking rant. When you realize some people are all image, no substance. Lesson learned. Comments flooded in. Her cousin. "Wait, you dumped Jake for this guy?" Her college roommate. "Girl, you blew up your life for a paralegal who ghosted you?" Best part? Mark had already updated his Tinder profile. Then came the piece to resistance, a voicemail from Sarah's mother. "Jake, dear, we always thought of you as family. Sarah's been struggling. If you consider," I deleted it before she finished. But I smiled. Because now she was the embarrassment. 6 months after the breakup, an embossed envelope arrived at my new apartment. "Liam and Sophia's wedding, black tie optional." I almost declined. Then I saw the handwritten note tucked inside. *, "Jake, please come. Dad keeps asking if you'll be there. And bring a +1 if you want. Sarah's bringing Mark. LOL. Liam, *, I texted my new girlfriend, Elena, a pediatric surgeon I'd met during my night classes. "Feel like watching an ex implode at a wedding." She replied in under 3 seconds. "Do I get to wear my Louboutins?" The venue was all crystal chandeliers and orchids, the kind of place Sarah always said our wedding would be. I spotted her immediately. She wore a too-tight red dress, classic rebound move, clinging to a bored-looking Mark, who was checking his phone during the pre-ceremony champagne toast. Then the murmurs started as Elena and I walked in. Elena in emerald silk, her arm looped through mine. Me in a custom Tom Ford tux, hair actually styled for once. Sarah's glass froze halfway to her lips. Her mom intercepted us first. "Jake. Oh my God. You look," she cut herself off. I starting to Elena. "Mrs. Carter." I smiled. "This is Dr. Elena Vasquez." "Elena, this is Sarah's mother." "Doctor." Mrs. Carter's voice cracked. "How lovely. What's your pediatric cardiology?" Elena said smoothly. "Jake volunteers with my patient foundation. He's incredible with the kids." Sarah's mom looked like she'd swallowed a lemon. Sarah's sister, Mia, pulled me aside during cocktails. "So, that's why you've been MIA. She nodded at Elena, now charming a circle of Carter relatives. "She's like a Disney princess who cures cancer." I shrugged. "She's decent." Mia snorted. "Sarah's been crying in the bathroom since you walked in. Mark just asked the bartender for a less pretentious whiskey." Sarah cornered me near the dessert table, wine sloshing in her glass. "You upgraded fast," she hissed. I bit into a chocolate strawberry. "Funny. I was thinking the same about you." Her face flushed. "Mark's just going through a phase." "Must be a long one," I said. 6 months of phases. "Impressive." She leaned in, vodka-soaked breath hot on my cheek. "You did this to humiliate me." I stepped back, wiping my hands on a napkin. "Sarah, if I wanted to humiliate you, I'd have RSVP'd alone." During the father-daughter dance, Mark vanished, Later found smoking weed with the valet guys. Sarah's dad ignored her all night but pulled me into a bear hug. "You look happy, son," he muttered. "We miss you at Sundays." Over his shoulder, I saw Sarah watching, mascara streaked. Elena appeared, handing me my coat. "Ready?" Sarah blurted. "You're leaving already?" Elena smiled. "Early surgery tomorrow. Jake's driving me." The unspoken words hung in the air. He chooses me now. As we walked to the car, Elena smirked. "So, worth the Louboutins?" I glanced back at the venue, where Sarah stood alone on the steps, hugging herself. Every penny. 3 weeks after the wedding, my phone buzzed with an unknown number again. This time, I let it go to voicemail. "Jake, it's Sarah." A shaky breath. "I know you're probably done with me, but I need to talk to you. In person. Please." Mark and I, well, it's over. And I think I made a mistake. I saved it. Not because I cared, but because sometimes you just need a reminder of how far you've come. She showed up at my building the next Sunday. No warning. Elena was over, making breakfast in one of my shirts, her hair piled in a messy bun. When the intercom buzzed, I almost ignored it, until the camera feed showed Sarah, dressed down in leggings and a hoodie, no makeup. A far cry from the girl who used to demand I wait outside for 45 minutes while she got ready for brunch. Elena raised an eyebrow. "Want me to handle this?" I kissed her forehead. "Nah, I got it." I met Sarah in the lobby. She looked small. "You changed your number," she said, hugging herself. "Yeah, you look good." "I know." She flinched. "I deserve that." A pause. Mark was a mistake. I didn't answer. Just waited. "I miss you," she blurted. Not just because of Mark. Because of you. The way you cared. The way you showed up." Her voice cracked. "My dad won't even look at me now." I exhaled, hands in my pockets. "Sarah, what do you want me to say? Tell me there's a chance." Her eyes welled up. "Tell me you miss me too. That you'll know." The word hung between us. Clean. Final. She swallowed hard. "Is it her?" "The doctor." I almost laughed. "This isn't about Elena. This is about you realizing too late what you had." I stepped back. "But I don't owe you closure. And I'm not your backup plan." She started crying then. Real, ugly tears. The kind she'd never let me see before. "You're really just done?" I thought about the voicemail. The wedding. The box of her crap I'd left on her doorstep. "Yeah," I said. "I am." And as I turned toward the elevator, I realized something. I didn't feel angry. Didn't feel vindicated. Just free. 6 months later, Sarah moved to another city. Liam sends me Christmas cards. Elena moved in. And that voicemail? I play it sometimes when I need a reminder. Not of her, but of the man who walked away. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.